Hello again, and welcome to the Power of Healing Your Energy Show. I'm Christine. I'm a spiritual medium, intuitive energy coach, and old soul healer, also known as empath. And speaking of empath, I'm doing another non-live, full podcast version of me just talking and discussing a topic and having no guest. I also just got back from a fabulous time out in Ucluelet and Tofino, which is like another part of the world, even though I am on Vancouver Island. It was somewhere I was in 2013 and was really drawn to go back, and it was amazing. Watching the sunset, kayaking in the ocean, surfing, being on beaches that had nobody on them. I mean, the trees, which are, out on the island, they have 9 different versions of trees, but many are ancient trees. Just amazing, thousands and hundreds of years old. So really enjoyed myself and feeling much, peace and rest. And like last week's episode was about being unplugged. So I really fully experienced that. And it was just interesting. I had mentioned to my son that, 8 years ago I was 39, and now I'm doing, I'm surfing 8 years later. Different body. You can feel it. Anyways, let me know what some of your great adventures are, and some of the places that you've seen, or maybe you are in around the world. I'm very curious to know. So, and what do you love about being out in nature more than anything? Send me a message. I'd love to hear it. Or if you have a topic or even a guest, send them my way. And thank you so much for spending your time with me. I really do appreciate it. I had a topic suggestion from someone that I had mentored, but she actually found me through this podcast. And she lives in France. Beautiful Catherine. I had asked for suggestions, I think a month ago, maybe longer, and she came back asking how we can protect ourselves and heal ourselves. And I know that I'm not the only one that's highly sensitive. I know I'm not the only one that is an empath. I know that you feel things. You can feel, like they say, the energy of the room. You can feel when someone is upset. You can feel when someone is happy. You can feel when someone is sad. So you're picking up, that is your clairsentience. That would be your strongest, and I call it a superpower. However, when you're first waking up, it doesn't feel like that. It feels like you are losing your mind. You feel overwhelmed. You feel stressed. You feel anxious. You feel anxiety. You might even have some depression. You might even have some moments of manic depressive whatever it happens to be. This is all heightened. And I had listened to, I think it was a broadcast called Superpower, and there were like 10 different installments. And they talked about autism. And they are the extreme side of being an empath. That's all an autistic child person is they feel things to the zillionth level, as opposed to someone, like myself, which, we have our extreme, highs, extreme lows as well, with our energy and in our feelings, and some days are better than others. But it's not like we're fully exposed all of the time. So really honoring especially our children and helping them develop those abilities of being clairaudient, clairsentient, clairvoyance, clairalience, claircognizance. We're developing all of their skills. I also watched them read a book while they were blindfolded, and they could read and they described the pictures. So that is because they have not developed an ego. As soon as you start thinking, that's when you start losing your abilities. And it is so ingrained in us, and I was so reminded that the school system is so built like that, where they drill it out of you. No, you have to think this way. No, you have to be this way. And if you don't think like us, you're not with us. That type of mentality is not holding anymore. It is fully exposed. Fully exposed. And I just want you guys to nourish, play games with spirit. And what do I mean by that? Take a deck of playing cards and cross out, let's say it's an ace of spades, cross it out and draw a flower on it, and then take another suit and draw a dog, or draw a number, or draw a word, and then put it face down or put it in between your hands, and then just sit with it and start to imagine. Maybe you start seeing what it is. Maybe you start hearing what it is. Maybe you start feeling what it is. That's what I mean by playing game with spirit. Or another exercise is if you get bills in the mail or even by email online, try and but try to feel what the amount would be. When you go to the gas pump, I do this all the time. I like numbers, so I'll be like, okay, I think it feels like it's going to be $44 to fill up my car. So I put in 44. Just really, getting your divination tools. And what do I mean by tools? I'm talking about cards, whether they're oracle or tarot. I'm talking about pendulums. I'm talking about crystals. I'm talking about essential oils. I'm talking about your intuitive writing, your channeling. I'm talking about your gratitude journal, your dream journal. These are all tools to help you open up to what you already know. So when Catherine is asking, how do we protect and heal ourselves? We protect ourselves first and foremost by knowing that we are perfect children of God. And wherever we walk, the light walks with us. But it takes practice, and it takes patience, and it takes trust. And it also takes relaxation and balance, and meditation is key. And it's not about sitting and having perfect, quiet meditation room and everything's perfect and there's no noise, like you could hear a pin drop. No. It could be anything. It could be yoga. It could be walking. It could be washing the dishes. Like they say, chop wood, carry water. It's focusing on one task and doing it very well to a point where you are at 0 point, where, I want to say levity, I want to say levitation, where space and time is everything and nothing else exists in that time that you spend with yourself. And that's when you're going to start getting intuitive knowings, intuitive nudges. That's when your guides, angels, and loved ones are going to come through. Practicing with prayer as well. It's a co-creative process. I have videos on prayer if you're curious. Doing a white light protection. It's like a 7-step system. That's how I started, because my mentor showed me. Opening our chakras, closing our chakras, working with Archangel Michael to cut any cords, any attachments, any energies that do not serve us. Smudging, whether you are using sage or you're using cedar or you're using incense or you're using essential oils to smudge and cleanse and purify your spaces, all of them. And it could be daily if you'd like. If that makes you feel good, go for it. It could be weekly. It could be every 2 weeks when there's a new and a full moon. And also bringing that into play as well, because we are made up of 70% water. So why would we not, have, if the moon can affect tides and the ocean, why would it not then therefore affect us? And when you first start working with the moon, you could feel overwhelmed, but you start to work with that energy, and that is the whole premise of my show. Is once you figure out the power of healing yourself, your energy, your energetic body, everything changes. So it's really being dedicated to your self-care, whatever that looks like, and doing it every day. And sometimes you have to do it multiple times a day, depending on your day. But it is all about unconditional love, healing, and forgiveness. Forgiveness is a huge component. Forgiveness for self, forgiveness for others. Maybe you're not ready. But as Wayne Dyer says, you do not die from the snake bite. It is the poison. So if you're not forgiving someone, it is a poison that still runs through you. Basically saying to set yourself free from the snake bite, right? Those are just some, and maybe you want to be certified in something. Oh, I want to be a medium. Guess what? You already are. It just depends on where your superpower is, right? Maybe you're a person that gets the visions that come in, or you have a premonition, or you hear things, and maybe it's through song. I hear a lot of songs. When I hear songs, it's a message. Look into the lyrics. Look at maybe where you were at that time when you heard that song. Maybe you've never heard the song before, so there's some type of symbolism. Also, looking at our ancestors and honoring that as well, and clearing all of that energy and taking the lessons from it, and know that you are going to be a generational blessing, not a curse. No more of that energy. We are not victims of anything. So in your softness is power. And I also came to learn that in my journey, empath is the beginning of your spiritual awakening. Empath is the beginning of your spiritual awakening. And just know that you're not crazy. You're just waking up. And I take it a step further and say, I don't want to go back. There is no going back, because if you're always looking behind you, you're never moving forward. You're being pulled, and then you feel like you're in this stutter dance, like a little bit forward, a little bit back, and you're just in a perpetual glitch. Yeah, a glitch in the matrix. That's a good way that's how I had seen this. See how that comes through? It's the same idea. So really, how to protect and heal yourselves, it is something that you devote yourself. You are hopelessly devoted. Now, this came in as Olivia Newton-John, which I love. Always loved her music and her voice. Angel, that's what I hear. So maybe there's a message in there for you about this. Maybe you're wondering what's going on and why am I so really focused on my spiritual journey? Because we have been so unfocused. We have been looking through everything and doing everything through an ego's point of view, which is very narrow and very stuck and very limited and very dark. And it's really only serving itself, right? It is about we and not me. It's about the we factor. So when you start to work on yourself, healing yourself, protecting yourself, praying, gratitude journal, dream journal, all of those beautiful practices, you start to open up and you're rising and raising in consciousness. Now think, if you're just one person and everyone else is doing what you're doing, can you imagine the vibrations of the earth? You're healing the earth, one person at a time. Because Catherine was brave enough to step forward and ask the question and to take the time to find out who she truly was meant to be. And I felt very honored to work with her and many other beautiful souls. And if you're looking for a mentor, you're looking to develop your intuitive superpowers, send me a message, reach out, and just know that healing truly does begin where the ego ends. It's not about separation. It's not about fear. It's about seeing what was inside of you. That's not who you truly are. And recognizing and going, okay, I see you. I see it as a butterfly. Come out of chrysalis and into transformation. All right, well, thank you so much for being here today. I'm sending you lots of love and take care.